This is quietly doubling heart attack risk in seniors over 60, and no one's talking about it. Warning, if you're over 60, there's something quietly doubling your risk of a heart attack. It's not your cholesterol, not your weight, not even your family history. In fact, it doesn't cause pain, doesn't disrupt your day, and most people have no clue it's even there. Doctors are now uncovering a silent risk factor, one that's slowly weakening the heart's defenses. The scary part? It shows up as tiny signs we ignore: a little fatigue, cold feet, restless sleep, a stiff back in the morning. Most just blame it on aging. But what if those normal signs are actually warnings that your heart is under silent strain? What makes it worse is a daily habit millions of seniors do without realizing. One that's putting more pressure on the heart every single day. But there is hope. There's one simple mineral, proven to ease this strain, calm your heart, and help protect you, especially at night, when most heart attacks strike. Stay tuned. In just a moment, I'll reveal what it is, and this information could change the way your heart ages. Eleanor was 71. She walked every morning, didn't smoke, and kept her weight under control. Her checkups were routine. Her doctor had even told her, "You're doing great for your age." But one morning, during her usual walk around the neighborhood, she felt a strange pressure in her chest. By the time help arrived, her heart had already given out. Her family was stunned. No warning signs, no history of heart problems. But when doctors examined her afterward, what they found shocked everyone. Her arteries were inflamed and stiff. Her magnesium levels were critically low. And a silent, slow-building condition had been quietly damaging her heart for years. This is what makes heart disease so dangerous after 60. It doesn't always come with clear signs. There's no big alarm bell. In many cases, the first symptom is the event itself. Heart disease is still the #1 killer of seniors, more than falls, more than cancer. And often it happens to people who seem perfectly fine. You may feel okay. You may look healthy on the outside, but inside, the blood vessels that carry oxygen to your heart can be slowly narrowing, hardening, and losing flexibility. You can't see it. You can't feel it. But the danger builds with time, especially after 60. Why? Because the body changes with age. Hormones shift, muscles weaken, inflammation rises, and your heart, which beats over 100,000 times a day, works harder to keep up. If something is out of balance, even just a little, it can quietly push your heart closer to its limit. The scariest part? Many seniors are told their cholesterol is normal, their blood pressure is good, and everything looks okay. When in reality, they're walking around with hidden deficiencies and silent stress signals that are slowly wearing down their most important muscle. What makes this even more concerning is that most people focus only on what they eat. But while diet is important, there's something else that plays a huge role in heart risk. And it's what you might be missing that's doing the most harm. In fact, recent research shows that missing key nutrients, especially certain minerals and vitamins, can quietly increase inflammation, weaken artery walls, and disrupt the heart's electrical signals. And unfortunately, these are the very nutrients that tend to drop sharply after age 60. So while you may be doing everything right, there's a chance your body is still missing what it needs to protect your heart properly. And that's what we'll talk about next. Because this risk doesn't start with bad habits. It starts with deficiency, the slow, silent kind that builds until it's too late. Stay with us. In a moment, we'll reveal the overlooked warning sign in your legs and feet that may be your first clue something deeper is going on. And what you can do right now to start reversing the risk before it becomes something serious. There's something quietly working against your heart every single day. It doesn't hurt. You can't see it. And most people have no idea it's happening until something goes terribly wrong. It's called chronic inflammation. And for seniors, it can be one of the most devastating silent threats to heart health. Think of inflammation like a slow fire burning inside your blood vessels, not the kind that causes swelling or fever. This is a low, constant heat that damages artery walls over time. It makes the vessels stiff. It causes tiny cracks that invite plaque buildup. And it pushes your heart to work harder just to do its job. You may not feel it. But if you're over 60, there's a high chance it's happening. What causes it? You might be surprised. It's not just poor diet or smoking. Common medications, like heartburn drugs, statins, or even over-the-counter pain relievers, can increase inflammation when used long-term. Stress is another big one. Emotional stress, especially when carried for years, raises cortisol, a hormone that fuels inflammation from the inside. And then there's sleep, or rather, the lack of it. If you're waking up multiple times a night, if your sleep feels light or unrefreshing, your body never gets the full reset it needs. Instead of calming down overnight, your nervous system stays activated. And that triggers more inflammation, quietly, night after night. But perhaps the most overlooked cause of chronic inflammation? Vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Your body needs certain nutrients to control inflammation, like magnesium, vitamin D, and antioxidants. These act like water on the fire. But when they're missing, it's like removing the firefighters and letting the flames spread. And here's the scary part. These deficiencies are extremely common in older adults. Even people who eat healthy can be low, especially if they're on medications, have absorption issues, or simply don't realize what their body is lacking. It becomes a perfect storm. Poor sleep, quiet stress, nutrient gaps, and over time, your arteries become stiff, your blood pressure rises, and your heart works harder than it should. But the damage doesn't have to continue. There are ways to calm this fire, to lower inflammation naturally, and to give your heart the rest and support it needs to stay strong. And in just a moment, I'll reveal one little-known nutrient that helps your body do exactly that, especially overnight, when your heart needs the most protection. If this is eye-opening so far, go ahead and tap the thumbs up and hit that little bell. It helps us keep making videos that support folks like you, and helps more people discover these life-saving insights before it's too late. I will reveal the first overlooked warning sign in your legs and feet, and why it could be the earliest sign of hidden heart risk. There's a quiet warning your body may already be sending you. It doesn't come from your chest. It comes from much lower, your legs and feet. You might have brushed it off. A little swelling in your ankles at the end of the day. Feet that feel colder than they used to. Or a tingling numbness that comes and goes, especially when you sit too long or first get out of bed. Most people over 60 assume these are just normal signs of aging. But they're not. These symptoms can be early signals of poor circulation. And when circulation slows, your heart pays the price. Think of your body like a plumbing system. If there's a clog or pressure drop at the far end of the line, say in your legs, the pump, your heart, has to work harder to push blood through. Over time, that extra strain adds up. Now, your heart doesn't complain loudly at first. It keeps beating, it keeps pumping, but silently, it's working overtime. And eventually, that overwork can lead to fatigue, rhythm issues, or something much worse. This is the scary part. Many seniors don't feel the problem in their chest at all. They feel it in their feet, but ignore it. Cold feet, numb toes, pale or bluish skin, cramps during short walks, even toenails that grow slower than before. All of these can be signs that your blood isn't reaching where it needs to go. And if blood isn't reaching your legs properly, what's happening in the vessels near your heart? It's not just about comfort. Poor circulation affects your mobility, your balance, and your ability to stay independent. Weak legs don't just make it harder to walk. They make it easier to fall. And a fall can change everything. The good news is your body can give you warning signs long before a heart attack ever happens. You just have to know what to look for and what to do about it. And here's something most people don't know. Poor circulation is often linked to a specific vitamin deficiency, one that affects how blood moves through the body, how vessels open and relax, and how well oxygen gets delivered to your tissues. This isn't just about getting enough nutrients. It's about the right ones, in the right form, at the right time. And sadly, this vital vitamin is missing from most common multivitamins. Or it's present in a form the body can't absorb properly after age 60. This one missing nutrient could be silently sabotaging your circulation and putting dangerous pressure on your heart every single night. So if you've noticed swelling, tingling, or sluggishness in your legs or feet, don't write it off. Don't assume it's just getting older. Your body may be trying to warn you before something more serious happens. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the name of this overlooked vitamin and how to spot it on a label. You'll learn how it works, how to take it, and how to combine it with other nutrients to improve blood flow, support your heart, and stay steady on your feet. It's one of the most important minerals in your body and one of the most overlooked. If you're over 60, there's a high chance you're not getting enough of it. And if you're on certain common medications, like acid reducers or diuretics, your levels may be even lower than you think. We're talking about magnesium, a quiet but essential mineral that your heart depends on to function safely. Magnesium is what helps your muscles relax after they contract, including the most important muscle of all, your heart. Every time your heart beats, it needs magnesium to reset and prepare for the next beat. Without it, that rhythm becomes less stable, less efficient, and potentially dangerous. But magnesium does more than just regulate your heartbeat. It calms your nervous system, supports healthy blood pressure, and keeps your electrolytes balanced, especially when your body is under stress, which, let's face it, is more often than we'd like to admit these days. Now here's the scary part. Most seniors are deficient in magnesium, and they don't even know it. Why? Because magnesium doesn't show up clearly on standard blood tests. Only about 1% of your body's magnesium is in your bloodstream. The rest is stored in tissues and bones. So even when your test looks normal, you could still be dangerously low. And there's another problem. As we age, our bodies don't absorb magnesium as well. Add to that the fact that acid-reducing medications, like those used for heartburn or GERD, block magnesium absorption, and diuretics, which are often prescribed for blood pressure or swelling, actually flush magnesium out of your system. That's a double hit, less coming in, more going out. What does this mean for your heart? Low magnesium levels can lead to high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, cramps, anxiety, poor sleep, and increased inflammation, all of which raise your risk of a cardiovascular event. Even more concerning, magnesium helps regulate calcium levels in the body. Without enough magnesium, calcium can start building up in places it shouldn't, like your arteries. And hardened, calcium-clogged arteries are one of the leading contributors to heart attacks in seniors. That's why magnesium is so important, not just for how your heart feels today, but for how well it holds up tomorrow. The good news? You can correct this. Magnesium supplements are widely available, and certain foods, like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate, are naturally rich in this mineral. But most seniors still benefit from supplementing, especially with the right form. The form we recommend most for seniors is magnesium glycinate. It's easy on the stomach, well absorbed, and less likely to cause loose stools than other types. And when taken at night, it also helps calm your body and promote better sleep. Another key factor in reducing heart strain. But here's the catch. Even magnesium won't do its job fully unless it's paired with another crucial heart helper, one that doctors are quietly calling the gatekeeper of your arteries. Without this partner nutrient, magnesium's benefits could be limited, And calcium could still find its way into the wrong places. I'll reveal what that nutrient is, how it works, and why it's being added to cutting-edge heart support formulas in a while. For decades, we've been told one thing over and over again: watch your cholesterol. And yes, cholesterol matters, but not in the way most people think. Because here's something few doctors ever fully explain. You can have perfect cholesterol numbers and still be at serious risk for a heart attack. Let me tell you about Tom. Tom was 68. He didn't eat fast food. Walked every morning. His cholesterol? Right on target. His blood pressure? A little high, but managed. On paper, Tom looked like a heart-healthy senior. But one Sunday afternoon, while unloading groceries from his car, Tom collapsed in his driveway. He survived, barely. When the doctors ran tests, they were stunned. His arteries were stiff, calcified, and nearly closed off in places. It wasn't the cholesterol that caused the problem. It was where the calcium in his body had gone. You see, heart health isn't just about having low numbers. It's about having flexible, clean, and healthy arteries that allow blood to move freely. Think of arteries like garden hoses. When they're soft and smooth, water flows easily. But if they harden and fill with deposits, pressure builds, and the system is pushed to its limits. Calcium, the same mineral that strengthens your bones, can be deadly if it ends up in your arteries instead. And that's where vitamin K2 comes in. Most people have heard of vitamin K, but K2 is a completely different form, and it plays a critical, often ignored role in heart protection. K2 acts like a traffic cop. It tells calcium where to go. Into your bones and teeth, not into your arteries and soft tissue. When K2 is missing, calcium can drift into the wrong places. It builds up slowly in the arteries, turning them stiff and brittle. And what's worse, this happens silently, over years, without symptoms, until something breaks. Research now shows that low levels of K2 are strongly linked with arterial calcification, especially in older adults. And yet, most multivitamins don't include it. Many doctors don't test for it. And most seniors have never even heard of it. That's what makes this so dangerous. You might be taking calcium for your bones. You might be doing everything right. But without K2, that calcium could be slowly damaging your arteries and doubling your risk of a heart attack without warning. The good news? K2 is easy to get when you know where to look. It's found in fermented foods like natto, certain cheeses, and in quality supplements, often combined with vitamin D3. But not all forms are the same, and some don't absorb well, especially after 60. In just a few minutes, we'll show you what to look for on a label and how to make sure your body's using it properly. Because here's the truth. Your heart doesn't just need low cholesterol. It needs support from nutrients that protect your arteries from the inside out. If you found this helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It helps more seniors like you discover life-changing health tips, and it helps us keep creating them for you every day. But most importantly, visit us at thegoldenyearsrx.com. That's TheGoldenYearsRx.com to join our free community of seniors who want to stay strong, independent, and full of life. You don't want to miss what's coming next. We're about to cover a major mistake many seniors make without knowing. You've probably heard it 100 times. Drink more water. But what no one talks about, especially with seniors, is how not drinking enough or not getting the right balance of minerals can quietly stress your heart in ways that can become deadly. This isn't just about being a little thirsty. It's about the delicate balance of fluids and electrolytes that keeps your heart beating smoothly, your blood pressure stable, and your energy steady. As we age, our sense of thirst dulls. You may not feel as thirsty, but your body still needs just as much, if not more, hydration. Add in hot weather, medications like diuretics, and lower activity levels, and you've got a recipe for chronic dehydration. Dehydration thickens your blood. It puts extra pressure on your heart to push that blood through stiff or narrowed arteries. It also reduces blood volume, meaning there's literally less fluid available for your heart to circulate, making its job even harder. And then there's salt, or more accurately, sodium. Many seniors have been told to avoid salt at all costs, but here's the truth. Too little salt can be just as dangerous as too much. Sodium isn't just a flavor. It's an essential electrolyte that helps regulate muscle contractions, including your heart. It helps your nerves send signals. It balances fluids inside and outside your cells. Without enough sodium, your heart can become sluggish, your blood pressure can drop too low, and your risk of dizziness, fatigue, and falls goes way up. In fact, low sodium is one of the most overlooked causes of hospital admissions in seniors, especially in the summer months. If you're taking a diuretic for blood pressure or swelling, you may be losing not just water but also sodium, potassium, and magnesium, all critical for heart health. And the more you lose, the more unstable your heart rhythm and blood pressure can become. So what's the solution? You don't need to drink gallons of plain water. In fact, too much plain water, without electrolytes, can actually dilute your sodium levels and make the problem worse. Instead, sip fluid steadily through the day, not all at once. Add a pinch of sea salt to a glass of water or your meals, or consider using a balanced electrolyte powder, one that contains sodium, potassium, and magnesium without added sugar or caffeine. It's a simple habit that can make a big difference, not just for your heart, but also for your energy, your balance, and your clarity of mind. And it's not just about what you drink. Some foods, like bone broth, olives, or lightly salted nuts, can help keep your levels steady in a natural way. But here's where it gets even more important. If you're on beta blockers, ACE inhibitors, or blood pressure medications, you may be at higher risk of electrolyte imbalance. And if your doctor hasn't checked your levels in a while, or advised you about how to stay safely hydrated, this could be a hidden danger quietly increasing your heart risk. Coming up next, I'll show you exactly what medications to watch out for, what questions to ask your doctor, and how to safely correct the imbalance before it leads to something more serious. I'll later talk about the overlooked nutrient-draining mistake most seniors make with their heart meds, and how to protect yourself starting today. By the time most people turn 60, they're on at least one prescription medication. Many take several. And while those medications can be helpful, even life-saving, there's a hidden danger almost no one talks about. Some of the most commonly prescribed drugs for seniors may be quietly draining your body of the very nutrients your heart needs to stay strong. Let's start with statins, widely used to lower cholesterol. While they do lower LDL, they also deplete a vital compound called CoQ10. Your body needs CoQ10 to produce energy, especially in your heart muscle, which beats over 100,000 times a day. When your CoQ10 runs low, your heart can start to struggle. You may feel tired, weak, even a little foggy. And over time, this silent depletion may leave your heart more vulnerable than before. Then there are PPIs, proton pump inhibitors. These are medications like omeprazole and lansoprazole, often taken for acid reflux or heartburn. But what most people don't realize is that long-term use of PPIs interferes with magnesium absorption. And as you've already learned, magnesium is essential for steady heart rhythm, muscle function, and blood pressure balance. Now let's talk about beta blockers, often prescribed for high blood pressure or irregular heartbeat. These meds slow the heart, which can reduce stress in the short term. But they can also lead to fatigue, cold hands and feet, poor sleep, and even muscle weakness. Over time, that muscle loss can mean more falls, less stability, and a body that's slowly losing its ability to bounce back. The truth is, medications don't just affect one system. They ripple through your body, and sometimes steal the nutrients your heart and muscles rely on most. You might not feel the damage at first. It starts slowly. Maybe you're more tired than usual. You chalk it up to aging. Maybe your legs feel a little heavier. Maybe your memory slips a bit. But if these changes began after you started a medication, you may be missing something critical. Here's the good news. This doesn't mean you need to stop taking your prescriptions. Many of these medications are important, but it does mean you need to be informed, and you need to ask your doctor the right questions. Ask, is this medication affecting my nutrient levels? Should I be supplementing with magnesium or CoQ10 while on this? Can we check my levels to be sure? Doctors don't always bring it up unless you ask, but your heart depends on you being your own best advocate, especially after 60. So if you've been on one of these medications for a while and you've noticed a drop in energy, muscle strength, or focus, don't ignore it. It may not be just age. It could be a nutrient collapse happening quietly behind the scenes. And the sooner you catch it, the easier it is to fix. In the next chapter, we're going to show you exactly how to support your heart naturally, even if you're on medications, using a simple 3-part routine that doctors are quietly recommending to their senior patients. It's natural, it's gentle, and it's something you can start today. If you've stayed with us this far, then you already know the risk of heart problems after 60 doesn't always come with loud warning signs. Sometimes it builds slowly, silently, day by day. But now it's time for the good news. Because while many of the issues we've talked about, poor circulation, nutrient depletion, artery stiffness, sound scary, there's something incredibly encouraging about all of it. You can fight back, and it doesn't require massive changes or expensive treatments. It starts with 3 powerful nutrients, each with a specific job, and when used together, they form a simple, natural, and doctor-recommended plan to help protect your heart. Let's begin with magnesium glycinate. This mineral is like a soothing balm for your entire cardiovascular system. It helps relax your blood vessels, support healthy blood pressure, calm your nerves, and keep muscles strong and steady, including the heart. Many seniors are low on magnesium, especially those on acid blockers or diuretics. The glycinate form is especially gentle. It's absorbed well, and it won't upset your stomach like some others can. The best time to take it? In the evening, about an hour before bed. It helps the body relax and may even improve your sleep, which, as we know, is when the heart does some of its most important repair work. Next comes the combination of vitamin K2 and D3. These two are a team. Vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium, but K2 decides where that calcium goes. And that matters, because without enough K2, calcium can settle into soft tissue, like your arteries. That's where danger begins. K2 works like a traffic controller, guiding calcium away from your arteries and into your bones, where it belongs. Together, K2 and D3 help support circulation, prevent stiffness, and even protect your bones and joints. You'll often find these two in the same supplement, and for good reason. Just make sure it lists MK7 or menaquinone 7. That's the form of K2 with the best absorption. And finally, CoQ10, short for coenzyme Q10. Think of CoQ10 like the heart's personal fuel. It helps your cells create energy, especially in the organs that never stop working, like the heart. But here's the catch. CoQ10 levels drop naturally with age, and certain medications like statins can wipe it out even faster. Without CoQ10, your heart may feel sluggish, you may feel tired more easily, and recovery from activity becomes slower. That's why CoQ10 is often recommended by cardiologists, especially for seniors taking cholesterol meds. So here it is, your 3-part heart support routine. Magnesium glycinate before bed. Vitamin K2 plus D3 with your main meal. CoQ10 in the morning, especially if you're on statins. Each one supports the next. Together, they help lower silent inflammation, protect your arteries, improve circulation, and give your heart the tools it needs to beat stronger, day and night. And the results? Many seniors who start this routine report deeper sleep, better energy, fewer nighttime bathroom trips, and steadier balance. These are the simple, quiet changes that ripple out into greater independence and confidence. It's not too late to start. Even if you've had heart concerns before, even if you're on multiple medications, this is about giving your heart what it's been quietly asking for all along. You don't need to live in fear of a sudden heart attack. You don't have to wake up every day worrying that your body is failing you or that it's too late to change things, because it's not. The truth is, the heart is one of the most resilient, forgiving organs in the body. It will keep beating for you, even when it's tired, even when it's under pressure. And when you start giving it what it needs, it responds, often faster than you think. Maybe you've been told your heart is just aging. Maybe you've accepted fatigue, poor sleep, or weak legs as just part of getting older. But what if it's not? What if it's simply missing something? What if a few small shifts, the right nutrients, the right habits, could lighten the load on your heart, help you sleep more deeply, walk more steadily, and breathe a little easier? You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to start small, with things we've talked about today. A bit more magnesium before bed, a better form of vitamin K2 and D3. Replenishing CoQ10 if you're on medications that drain it. These are simple, gentle changes that thousands of seniors have used to feel better, sleep better, and reclaim the strength they thought was gone for good. This is about more than avoiding a heart attack. It's about waking up with energy, having the strength to get out of a chair without wobbling, enjoying a walk without having to stop and catch your breath, playing with your grandkids without feeling like you're running on empty, feeling confident that your body is working with you, not against you. You deserve that. And it starts with a choice. One small change today that could give you many stronger tomorrows. Your heart is worth protecting. Your life is worth enjoying. If you found this helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It helps more seniors like you discover life-changing health tips, and it helps us keep creating them for you every day. But most importantly, visit us at thegoldenyearsrx.com. That's THEGOLDENYEARSRX.com to join our free community of seniors who want to stay strong, independent, and full of life. The next video is even more life-restoring. It could hold the key to rejuvenating your health and keeping you vibrant for years to come. Press play and don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching.